accordions I play were made by the Martin family in Lafayette, not the Martin guitar people. So, I don't know, that's always my favorite instrumental when we get started. How about the Mamu two-step? That's always one I like. I had a radio show on WWOZ from 1982 to 86, and the Mamu two-step was my theme song that I started the show with. Started out on top of Tipitina's most of the time when I was doing the show. So here we go. Well, thank you. Thank you. Merci bien. Du pain froment. Here's a song I wrote about my grandma's homemade bread. It was one of the nicest things snack we'd have. La vie elle est belle, prends-les doucement et bois ton café avec du pain froment. avec du pain froment. Well, thank you all so much. Merci. Well, I'll tell you what, it's time we play a waltz, and this has always been one of my favorites that we're going to play for y'all. And one thing, if you dismiss Gina Forsythe playing the fiddle, maybe y'all. And Gina's got a certain way of playing. It's, well, I guess you got that from what, Rufus Thibodeau and Tony Thibodeau, and where she does, she makes that fiddle weep with a lot of sliding back and forth, mostly backward slides, huh, Gina? So we'll do the Bayou Teche Waltz and listen to Gina's fancy lead kind of towards the middle of the song. You're going to enjoy it. Y'all felt the emotion. Well, I tell you what, here's one of the first Cajun songs I ever wrote. It just seemed to make sense. My family's from Valls Parish. We're around that Marksville area, which is the northernmost part of French Louisiana. Kind of a part of Louisiana is known for the cochon de lait. We have cochon de lait for every holiday. So I wrote this song about Marc Elige. Marc Elige was a peddler passing through that area, and his wagon wheel broke, sa roue de wagon a cassé, and he decided to stay there and started a little trading post. So here we go. We get Mike Barris over here to kick off the Marksville two-step. We've been playing that song for a long time. Here's a song I just was thinking of that would kind of follow that one. It's also one of the first Cajun songs I wrote. It's called La Valse de la Rivière Rouge, the Red River Waltz. And, you know, people kind of think, well, there's South Louisiana and North Louisiana, and there's a cultural divide, and they kind of think of it as a straight line, which it's not. There are many places way down in South Louisiana where people never spoke French, very much like around Morgan City and those places, and Berwick and all that. And this area where I'm talking about, going up to the Red River in central Louisiana, was all French speaking. So this song's called the Red River Waltz, and it tells a story about a man that's gambling, and he loses all his money. He had all the money he wanted. He had all the beautiful women he wanted, but he was very unhappy, just was miserable. One night he loses all his money gambling, and he goes, il va pour aller sauter dans la rivière rouge. He goes to jump in the Red River to commit suicide, and all of a sudden this la veuve de la rivière rouge comes, this widow appears, and they fall in love, they get married, and he's just happy ever after. It's kind of a fairy tale, I guess you'd say. And it says, we have anybody here that speaks French? On a quelqu'un ici qui parle en français? On a deux, trois, là. Anybody else? Nobody? So this song says, c'est pas de l'argent, it's not money, qui va faire content. It's not money, it's going to make you happy. And so that's basically, it says basically love is more important than money. L'amour est plus important que de l'argent. And somebody really requested we play this song in the key of C. So here we go.
J'étais millionnaire, j'avais les femmes que je voulais, j'avais des jolies blondes, des petites brunes, des têtes roses. J'avais quelque chose que j'ai manqué, jusqu'à j'ai trouvé la belle petite veuve dessus la rivière rouge. Et c'est pas de l'argent qui va te faire content. Quand j'avais de l'argent, j'ai passé des mauvais temps. Et c'est pas des piastres qui vont te faire heureux. Quand j'étais millionnaire, j'étais un pauvre malheureux. Un soir après gambler, j'ai perdu tout mon argent et j'étais pour sauter dans la rivière rouge. Une belle femme est venue me sauver et bientôt on était mariés. Aujourd'hui la vie est belle sur la rivière rouge. Et c'est pas de l'argent qui va te faire content. Quand
Well, thank y'all. And as far as I know, they're still living happily ever after up there. So let's see, I wrote a couple of songs that about some of my great uncles. Uncles to one on my mother's side and one on my father's side. And I kind of like to put those kind of close to each other. It kind of fits. The first one will be about a great uncle on my mother's side. His name was Idris Dupuis. He was a farmer. Him and his wife were neighbors with my grandparents, and they both, husband and wife, worked side by side in the fields, picking cotton and whatever they grew. And my great uncle worked very hard during the week, but on weekends, he liked to let it all go. He just had a good time. He liked to go where there was music, dancing, drinking, plenty drinking. And I'd stay sometimes at my grandparents' house, you know, with some cousins. And he had a habit, when the party would end, he didn't want to go home. You know, he would come to my grandparents' and other people's house like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. What'd he do, Gina? Well, it was a little more than that. It was more like boom, 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 and he'd holler in French, ouvre la porte, open the door, open the door. And I'd be sleeping, you know, with some cousins, and I'd hear my grandma in the next room. She'd curse in French. She'd say, "Fit putain," son of a bitch is what it meant. And we all loved my great uncle, but, you know, he just liked to pay people late night visits like that. And it was so fun. I mean, we'd all get out of bed, and he'd come in, and he wanted to hug everybody and kiss everybody. And, you know, if you would hold the kids on his lap and give us a quarter or a nickel, whatever it was. And he wanted to sing songs. And so anyway, I wrote a song about it. It's called Réveiller tous mes amis, means waking up all my friends. And one of the last lines is, it says, moi j'aime bien un bon ton. I like a good time. Chaque petite fille, c'est dans mon sang. It's in my blood. Je premier pour arriver. I'm the first to arrive. Et je dernier pour quitter. And I'm the last one to leave. So that perfectly fits my great uncle. We called him Deda. So here we go. Réveillez tous mes amis. De me retourner tout seul à la maison.
Je premier pour arriver, dernier pour quitter. Oh, roulailler toute la nuit. Oh, roulailler après minuit. Réveiller tous mes zombies. Roulailler toute la nuit. So that's a good memory for me. And here's another memory. I wrote a song about my great uncle on my father's side. His name was Willie. And anybody here know what the most popular card game in South Louisiana is? Anybody? No? Anybody, y'all play cards at all? No? No gambling? Yeah, these ladies here, what game y'all play? Boo-ray. See, these ladies know. Y'all never heard of the card game Boo-ray? It's, of course, our ancestors brought the game from France. The word bourré in French can mean to stuff something. And if you know how to play Boo-ray, if you get bourrayed or you don't pick up a trick, you have to match the pot. So you have to stuff the pot. And of course, multiple people can bourré at the same time, so the pot can get rather large. Anyway, my great uncle Willie had a store, a typical country store, and he had a back room in the back of the store with like a bar, a little bar, and a nice table. And every time, just about every day, there was a card game in the back room of the country store. And it was just a great memory to go there and watch all the older men play cards. And they played all in French. You know, they didn't use the word trump. They'd call that an atout in French. And when somebody would win a pot, occasionally they'd throw you a nickel or something to go buy you some candy. So anyway, this song takes us back to the card games at Nunc Willie's country store. Here we go. Allons aller, chez Nunc Willie. Je vais bourrer chez Nunc Willie. On va tous s'amuser chez Nunc Willie. Nunc Willie était le frère à mon grand-père. Il y avait un magasin, et tout le monde parlait cadien. Et les hommes sont rassemblés pour jouer bourré, boire la bière dans la chambre en arrière. Allons aller, chez Nunc Willie. Jouer bourré, chez Nunc Willie. On va tous amuser chez Nunc Willie. Amuse-toi bien, hein?
jeu de cartes chez non quelli. Et comme mon gros, mon jamais les autres servis. Et quand le goyeur il a cogné, souvent il m'a donné un petit brin d'argent pour m'en acheter des bonbons. Allons aller chez nos Willy. Je vais bourrer chez nos Willy. On va tous s'amuser chez nos Willy. Oh!
In case y'all wondering why I keep changing accordions, it's mostly for show. No, actually, these accordions are a diatonic instrument. That's the right term, huh, Jim? Yes. Which means they work like harmonicas. And these are all handmade here in Louisiana. And so they're in different keys, depending what key you want to sing in. You pick different ones. I used to always just use two, but now I kind of have a luxury of bringing 3 or 4. So here's an instrumental tune, and I don't know, has anybody ever heard of Dennis McGee? Nobody's ever heard. Oh, there's some people. These ladies here seem very knowledgeable. Dennis McGee was an old Cajun fiddle player, one of the first people that ever recorded Cajun music in the late 1920s, along with Amédée Ardouin, and also his brother-in-law, Sadie Corville. And Dennis was born in 1893 and lived to, I think, 1989, and was still playing like the Jazz Festival. He was from Eunice, Louisiana. And I remember going to one of his birthday parties in the early 80s. It was a whole lot of fun. Anyway, this is something that he recorded with his brother-in-law in 1929, I think. It's called La Danse Carrée. So, y'all ready to go? pretty lively tune, isn't it? And anybody here ever heard of the Balfour Brothers? Anybody over here? Balfour Brothers? No. Over here, Balfour Brothers. This lady right here. These people are so knowledgeable. Where y'all from? Oh, well, who are these people? They look familiar, though. It's my wife and Gina's wife and our good friend Yolanda there. We're just curious, who here is who's local? A few people. And a lot of y'all from out of town. Where y'all from, anybody? Chicago, welcome. Seattle, Washington, welcome. Where? Arkansas. I have never played a gig in Arkansas, and I've been playing 45 years. Been in Europe many times, and for whatever reason, I've never played in our bordering state of Arkansas. Well, maybe one day we'll get a gig in Arkansas. Well, anyway, getting to the Balfour Brothers, they were very instrumental in the 1960s and 70s, playing Cajun music. They played a very acoustic version of Cajun music and started out playing the big folk festivals alongside people like Bob Dylan and Joan Baez, and really opened the doors for all of us that have come since that time. And this is one of their songs. It's really a great song. It's called Parlez-nous à boire et pas de mariage. Let's talk about drinking and not marriage. Parlez-nous à boire et pas de mariage. And this song has 4 verses. And I like to explain each one. Verse number 1, si tu te maries, and it's all from a man's point of view, okay? You could probably reverse it if you wanted to, but anyway, it says, si tu te maries avec une jolie fille. If you marry a pretty girl, ils vont la voler. They will steal her from you. Very hard to hold on to a beautiful woman. Every time Dick and Harry's going to try to steal her from you. Verse number 2, si tu te maries avec une vilaine femme. If you marry an ugly woman, il faudra tu passes ta vie avec. You'll have to spend all your life with her. The third verse, let's see, si tu te maries avec une femme qui est pauvre. If you marry a poor woman, il faudra tu travailles toute ta vie. You'll have to work all your life to make that money and keep it coming in. And the last verse, you think you might have it made, it says, si tu te maries avec une femme qui a quoi, if you marry a woman that has assets, a certain amount of wealth, you figure you got it made, but it says in the song, tu vas attraper des grands reproches. She will reproach you every time you spend any of her money, and she'll call you a bon à rien. Oh, no. A bon à rien, good for nothing. So in the end, it says, parlez-nous à boire et pas de mariage. Let's talk of drinking and not marriage. So here we go. This is the old Balfour tune. Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I was thinking of this next tune here. It was written by an old friend of ours who's now deceased, Mr. D.L. Menard. He was from Erath, Louisiana, and he wrote a the most popular Cajun song, one of the most popular, right up there, La Porte en Arrière, the back door. But we're going to play this one instead. It's kind of something you have to be careful when you go out dancing. We play at Tipitina's. We've done that 38 years. We'll be there next Sunday, December 15th, if y'all want to come out, 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock on a Sunday evening. And everybody dances, but you got to kind of be careful because you're not sure, when you dance with somebody, exactly who you're dancing with. This song tells sort of a story. It's called I savais pas j'étais marié. She did not know I was married. And in the song, there's this older married man, and he sees this pretty young girl on the dance floor. He asks his friends, Qui c'était cette petite fille? Who is that pretty girl? Elle semblait si mignonne quand elle passait dans la clarté. She looked so cute when she passed in the light. And they danced together. And in a matter of one song, about 3 minutes, she totally fell in love with that man. All it took was one song. Because in the second verse, elle a mis sa petite tête sur son épaule. She put her head on his shoulders. She was falling in love. Man, she found out after that he was married, and her heart was broken. So just think of that when you go dancing. Be careful who you dance with. Don't fall in love too quick, not in 1 3-minute song like happened in this case here. Here we go.
Rencontré dans les bars à l'été après danser. J'ai demandé à mes amis que c'était ces petites filles. Elle me ressemblait si mignonne. Elle a passé dans la clarté. Un homme marié avec une famille. Après essayer de conseiller. Sa petite tête sur mon épaule à la pluie. J'ai cassé son petit cœur, elle savait pas j'étais marié. C'est pas la peine la blâmer, c'est mon auteur ça qu'arrivé. Un homme marié avec une famille, après essayer de conseiller.
This is the accordion with the biggest reeds. This is an accordion in the key of G. Kind of a luxury. I just bought this a year or so ago. And although the accordions are handmade in Louisiana by various people like Junior Martin, Mark Savoy, among others, the reeds that we put in the accordions are made in Italy. So let's see, here's one. This next song, I wrote this song, it kind of occurred to me, you know, we don't have nearly as many people that speak French as we once did in Louisiana. There are some of us that we are holding on to the language. I speak French, and there's kind of a movement among, you know, some of the younger people to keep it going. But it also occurred to me, if you look at a map of Louisiana, specifically South Louisiana, you'll see French words all over the map. And a lot of people sometimes are using these, talking about these places, and they don't realize that they're actually speaking French. You know, like for instance, we say a mispronunciation, Belchase, Louisiana. Well, that's really Belchasse, which means good hunting. Or Point à la Hache, which means the point of the axe, or Point au Chien, the point of the oak trees. A vacherie, which is a cattle ranch. So I wrote a song, I named like 30-something of these places in the song, and I call it Bienvenue dans le Sud de la Louisiane. Welcome to South Louisiana. Let me turn this accordion up slightly before I start. Okay, here we go. Bienvenue dans le Sud de la Louisiane. Et dit bienvenue, bienvenue, bienvenue dans le Sud de la Louisiane. Les gens de bon monde qui parlent en français. Il y a des Canadiens, il y a des créoles, et des belles places que des noms français. En Baton Rouge et Grosse-Tête, Maracoin et Lafayette, Caron-Croix, Grand-Coteau et Bayou-Chico. Pointe-aux-Chênes, Pont-à-la-Hache, des Allemands et la Bellechasse. Cocodrie et la vacherie, bienvenue dans le sud de la Louisiane. Dans le sud de la Louisiane, t'as des gens de bon monde qui parlent en français. Il y a des Canadiens, il y a des créoles, et des belles places que des noms français. Comme le point coupé et le vieux carré, l'on se paille, l'on se paye, et bayou des piquets. J'ai des rôtis, et des cailloux, et bayou que de la tortue. De la croix et grand pont, petit peu d'eau, pont bro, et belle d'eau. Pas qu'on y a des grands géniales, bienvenue dans le sud de la Louisiane. La tête monte et la prairie ronde, le bon mouton et la ville plate.
fait du monde. Et dis bienvenue, bienvenue, bienvenue dans le sud de la Louisiane. Well, thank y'all. And, you know, there's a place on the Gulf called Cocodrie. That means, that's our word for an alligator. Maragouin, or the truck drivers call it Maragouin, which I can't pronounce it like that. We grew up with French, which is between Baton Rouge and Lafayette. It's also a local French word, and Maragouin is a mosquito. So when you're driving down I-10 between Baton Rouge and Lafayette, you'll go through Maragouin, Louisiana. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, if anybody here does have a CD player, I don't know if anybody still has one. You might be ashamed to admit it, but if you do, that last song's the title cut of my most recent CD, and I have a few here if you'd want to buy one. So you don't have to raise your hand because you might be embarrassed to still have a CD player, but just come see us when we finished, okay? Let's see, this song, here's one of the oldest songs we play. It's called Tu es beau soir. This song came from the Lomax recordings back in 1934. The folklorists, the Lomaxes traveled in different parts of the country. They came to South Louisiana gathering music that was very old at the time. So I don't know how old this song is. And this is one of the songs I collected. It was a cappella singing, and we made it more of a dance tune. It's called Tu es beau soir. pauvres gens sont partis au bois. C'est pour couper la fleur du bois. Les pauvres gens sont partis au bois. C'est pour couper la fleur du bois. Ne coupez pas ni la chose ni la retraite. Vous coûterez de 20 ans mes bouteilles. Ne coupez pas ni la chose ni la retraite. Vous coûterez de 20 ans mes bouteilles. En buvant un, en buvant deux, en buvant trois, oui s'il le faut. En buvant un, en buvant deux, en buvant trois, oui s'il le faut.
Trying to decide what to play next. We don't use any kind of list or anything. We just kind of ad lib as we go. And here's a waltz we hadn't played in quite a while. It's called Je suis pas un prisonnier. Not a prisoner to my work and just, he's just kind of a free spirit. So here we go. Je suis pas un prisonnier.
J'ai nulle place pour aller, j'ai pas heure pour arriver. La journée est ma journée, j'ai pas de tracas sur mon idée. Travaille quand il faut, mais je vais jamais casser le dos. Prêt travailler pour m'acheter des belles affaires. C'est garanti, c'est une vie, je vais jamais perdre. Comme un oiseau au camp des ailes, moi je vois pas tous les jours. Il y a du monde qui m'appelle, pour rien et paresseux. Moi je suis pas un prisonnier ou un esclave enchaîné. Prêt travailler pour m'acheter des belles affaires. Des garanties, c'est une vie, je vais jamais perdre. C'est la valeur des petites choses, je l'ai beau. C'est un bâton pour l'user, pas de temps pour t'amuser. Moi, je suis pas un prisonnier ou un esclave enchaîné. Prêt travailler pour m'acheter des belles affaires. C'est garanti.
j'ai nulle place pour aller. J'ai pas d'heure pour arriver.
Bye bye Sunday, bonjour dimanche. Goodbye Saturday, hello Sunday.
J'ai passé la nuit blanche. Bye bye samedi, bonjour dimanche.
Après chanter, mon vieux douceur, mon vieux douceur. Après chanter, mon vieux douceur, après chanter. Toute la vie, on a dansé, on a mangé, mon temps de lait. Bonne nuit, mes amis, le bal est fini. Bye bye, samedi, bonjour, dimanche.
Après s'élever les cloches d'église.
Après sonner.
Les cloches d'église.
Après sonner.
Toute la vie, on a dansé, on a mangé pendant le lait. Bonne nuit, mes amis, le bal est fini. Bye bye, samedi, bonjour, dimanche. J'ai passé la nuit blanche. Bye bye, samedi, bonjour, dimanche.
Bye bye samedi.
Bonjour, dimanche.
Bye bye samedi.
Bonjour, dimanche.
Bye bye samedi. Bonjour dimanche. Bye bye samedi. Bonjour dimanche, 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 dimanche.
That was a tune I wrote about an all-night party.
And here's a song I wrote about, we used to play Dance in the Swamp. And you can only get there by boat. There was no roads to get there. And you'd be surprised how many people were there. It was packed with people. So what we call in French, the title of the song is Dans les fins fonds, which means in the middle of nowheres. And the first line is L'autre bord de bord ici, the other side of this side, dans les fins fonds, in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, here we go, Dans les fins fonds.
L'autre bord des bords ici, il y a une place qui s'est gelée. Tout le monde ça se met ensemble pour des bons temps. Il n'y a pas de chemin pour arriver. Pour aller en bateau si tu veux aller. L'autre bord des bords ici, mais dans les fins fonds. C'est un petit coin de paradis, dans le cyprien plein de cocodris, et dans l'autre tas des chicots et des beaux scoyots. Le beau sapon dans les gros chênes, c'est une belle place pour deux quelqu'un. L'autre bord des bords ici, mais dans le fin fond. Et dis allons, pour un bon temps, et la musique est belle, le manger est bon, et dis viens donc, dans ton chaland, les bayous t'appellent, au pays de Wawaron, allons aller dans le marais. La laisser le bon temps rouler, l'autre bord des bords ici, mais dans le fin vivant. Et dis allons, pour un bon temps, et la musique est belle, le manger est bon, et dis viens donc, dans ton chaland, les bayous t'appellent, au pays du Wawaron, allons aller dans le marais. On va laisser le bon temps rouler. Notre bord n'est pas ici, mais dans les faits vivants. Oh, notre bord n'est pas ici, mais dans les faits vivants.
Well, being with the holiday season, we gonna play a couple of songs to kind of close out our night, and we kind of tried to learn this in the last couple of days. It's a great tune, I think. It's called "Christmas Time's a Coming." I don't know if anybody knows it.
Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, and you know I'm going home. Snowflakes are falling, my old home's a calling, tall pines are humming, Christmas time's a coming. Can you hear those bells ringing, ringing, joy to all, hear them singing? When it's snowing, I'll be going back to my country home. Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, and oh, I'm going home. Holly's in the window, home's where the wind blows. Can't walk for running, Christmas time's coming. Can you hear those bells ringing, ringing, joy to all, hear them singing? When it's snowing, I'll be going back to my country home. Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, and oh, I'm going home. White candles burning, my old home's a yearning for the folks back home when Christmas time's a coming. Can you hear those bells ringing, ringing, joy to all, hear them singing? When it's snowing, I'll be going back to my country home. Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, Christmas time's a coming, and you know I'm going home.
We put the brakes on that one. We have time for one more or two more? One more or two more, you'd say? Two more. How many? Two more. Okay.
How long for Christmas?
Yeah.
French Christmas.
Just in case y'all wondering, this is a C accordion, but we are going to play this song in the key of G. Just thought y'all might like to know that. It's called, I guess before the Mariah Carey tune, there was another song with the same title called All I Want for Christmas Is You. And we do half of it in French, kind of the Belton Richard style. And before that, it was actually a Buck Owens song. So, tout ça que je veux pour Christmas chez toi.
aujourd'hui c'est Christmas et t'es loin, loin du monde. Pris j'anglais, c'était j'en amour comme j'en à toi. Mais dans l'air c'est joyeux, mais pour moi c'est ennuyant. Parce que tu manges peu pour Christmas, chasse toi. Il y a un homme qui s'y bat, par propre punjan, un l'air pour dire comment trop sa main. Comment content mon poudre tête, si t'es trouvé en bas mon art. Parce que tu manges peu pour Christmas, chasse toi. Here it is, Christmas Day, and you're so far away. And I wonder if you feel the way I do. In the air there's happiness, but for me there's loneliness. 'Cause all I want for Christmas, dear, is you. Presents wrapped in green and gold, have no arms for me to hold, no lips to whisper softly, I love you. Oh, how happy I would be to find you underneath my tree. 'Cause all I want for Christmas, dear, is you. All right, had y'all ever heard that song? Yep. Well, this will be our last tune, and we'll just do a Cajun version of Jingle Bells. Y'all gonna sing with us? And before we play this, who said that? That lady back there, huh? We might get her up on stage to sing with us. No? She's kind of shy. Anyway, first of all, we'd like to say thank you all for coming and being here. It's been fun to visit with y'all, play our music. Thanks to our friends from WWOZ. Also our sound man, Khalid. Thank you. We appreciate it. And here's our last tune. We hope everybody has a great holiday season. Jingle Bells.
more time, now y'all sing. Dashing through the snow. That's good. All together. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, and by the way, before y'all leave, Mr. Jim Markway on the bass. He's been playing in my band since 1994. That's for 30 years. And back here on the drums, Mr. Mike Bada. We're actually cousins. And he doesn't like to admit it, though. And he's been with us since 2002. And, of course, La Belle de la Louisiane, the Belle of Louisiana. On the fiddle, Miss Gina Forsythe. We've known each other about 40 years, so. And if y'all can, come see us at Tipitina's. We're
Give
there
it up
once-
one more time for Mr. Bruce Daigrepont. December
you.
14th at Tipitina's.
Thank y'all. And we do a dance at Tipitina's now once a month. We did every